Hello, welcome to the Capital Gymnasium in Tokyo, the World Championships in 2007. Simon Reed alongside Chris Howarth to take you right the way through the week. And one of the favourites for a medal overall. So brave in Turin. Silver medalist there, silver medalists in Calgary in the World Championships. What will they do here? From Harbin, Zhang Dan and Shen-Zhao. Terrific height on that triple twist.
Yeah, it really doesn't get much better than that. Fantastic start.
Oh, wonderful elevation and extension on the throw jump. Triple salchos. Little shaky landing, but okay.
They did well to hold that together. Both had bad landings on the entry into the camel spins.
Yes, they like that here. A couple who've got better with every year. Teamed up in 1997, so she's only 21, he's 22. Not related to each other, but have got to know each other very well indeed. Sorry, they looked a little edgy at the beginning.
They did. They looked nervous, actually, to me.
There was a strange degree of uncertainty when you think how experienced they are, but the polish came through in the end.
It certainly did, and they'll hope to get themselves into a position where they can really fight back in the free if they have to do that, if that's the way that the evening pans out.
Now, the personal best, 69.54, anything like that is going to be very strong here. 31.37.
Program component score.
It's going to take the lead, that's for sure, but not by as much as you might have imagined or they might have hoped. 57. You would be very surprised if 57 is going to be the leader here after the short program, after all these couples. But they are the leaders at the moment.
4番バレリー・マルク、クレイグ・バンタン組、カナダ。
On the ice, representing Canada, Valérie Marcoux and Craig Buntin.
In their 4th World Championships together, 5th last year in Calgary, 9th the previous 2 years, so on the way up. Oh yes, good start, triple toe loop. Double twist. Wow, that was something else. The most enjoyable routine for me so far, and it may well be the best marked. Super program, wasn't it? Tight, very, very strong, terrific throw jump, side-by-side jump, spins look good to me. Excellent work from Marcoux and Buntin.
Yeah, I'm with it, Simon. I really, really enjoyed it. Loved the balance of the program, putting the throw in there as the 7th element in the routine. That's a risky thing to do, but they did it with no hesitation, no preparation for that throw triple loop, and it was an absolute cracker. Really, really enjoyed the construction of the program. And they enjoyed it too.
Yeah.
Congratulations all round. Well deserved.
Just brilliant. And from the moment they stepped on the ice, there was sharpness. Triple toes.
Yeah, she tends to get that left leg lost a little bit there, but worked hard to get it out at the end. Had to hang on with the toe pick, but good. A little bit slow, certainly towards the end of the spiral sequence, if you're looking for places to criticise, and of course the judges will be. Then that pair combination spin. Working hard, changing the position. Into the hand-to-hand lift, good positions through this, kept the speed across the ice well, the rotation looked good to me. Couldn't see anywhere in the program where they're going to get any deductions.
No, the Chinese did get deductions, didn't they?
They got 2 deductions, and it still baffles me. hopefully get word of where those deductions were. There's that wonderful throw triple loop at the end. Absolutely beautiful.
So the score to beat is 57. It's beatable, and these two just might do it. That would really throw the cat amongst the pigeons if a Canadian couple here were to lift themselves above the Chinese going into tomorrow's free program. 64 is their personal best.
That's a great technical score, Simon.
Yep. It's going to be enough. It's going to be enough. They are going to be the new leaders above the silver medalists from Calgary and the Olympics. Well done, Valérie Marcoux, Craig Buntin. Leaders after 4 couples. Now they are the Canadian national champions. They've had this terrible problem when he actually accidentally hit her in the face with his blade during a practice. Now seemingly restored to full health and skating very well. Jessica Dubé and Bryce Davison, 7th in Calgary last year. This is their 2nd World Championships. Practices have been going really well. Can they produce on the day? Galicia Flamenco, their music. Did well. Nasty moment going into it, but triple Szolkowy. Double twist.
Lovely entry into that back outside death spiral. Look how low she's got there.
Super on the throw triple loop. Got the synchronization back really well. Jessica Dubé and Bryce Davison.
Beautiful start, looking very, very strong at the beginning. They look composed. Lovely choice of music for these two as well. They really interpreted the music well throughout the program. And there's that dicey moment, just caught the feet.
And then they went straight into the triple Szolkowy and landed it. It must have been nerve-wracking.
Yeah, the important thing is when you're skating is to look forwards all the time. Things like that can happen and you've got to put them to the back of your mind and just think about what's coming up in the program all the time. Look through there at the spiral sequence. Sometimes the lines could have been better there. Here's that triple loop, beautiful position in the air. She gets a great landing position eventually. And to tip forwards, they lost their synchronization through the spin when they changed edge in the camel position at the beginning. But as Simon pointed out, were quick to get it back.
Glad you're listening. And Ibarabu trains them. 58.81. If they could repeat that, would get them into second place. And it looks as if that's exactly where they're going to be. Just shy of 59 points. So it's Canada first and second. They too move in front of the Chinese. This is wonderful stuff from Canada.
It certainly is. And when you think coming back from that horrific accident as well, if you look closely, you can see the scar right across her face, just under her left eye. To put that behind you and come out and skate like that takes some special courage. Well done to both of them.
Yes, they'll be in contention for a medal. Two Canadian couples in contention for a medal. So here they are then, the bronze medalists in the European Championships, in their last ever World Championships. Skating very much for Poland, based in Montreal, where they do all their training. Dorota and Mariusz Siudek. Very, very composed start through triple loop.
And it was probably one of the best throws that we've seen so far in the competition.
Now this could be the defining moment. And it might have been. Mariusz slipping out of the triple toe. Slipping out of synchronization there. Well, after that wonderful start, it really did look a bit iffy for a minute or so. They got it back together, but a bit of damage was done. Side-by-side triple jumps, not good. Certainly not from him. And then some doubtful moments after that. And in the standard that we've seen so far, it may cost them.
Yeah, not a great skate from Marius this evening, was it? It didn't look as though he really had his weight over the skate when he went out there. Sometimes that happens. You get out and it's almost as if you got somebody else's skates on and you have to fight hard through the performance. And he did that. He did knuckle down and really work through it. It was an uncharacteristic mistake on the triple toe. If anything, through the years we've seen Dorota, who's been the least consistent out of these two. But he worked hard, fought his way through the spin and then got it back towards the end of the program. Here's that wonderful start though, throw triple loop. No preparation. Look at the speed that she gets out of that. Wonderful control on that back outside edge. Just is really looking for that as much control as you can see. Here's the triple toe. And he just opened up a little bit early. Got loose with the left-hand side, which slowed the rotation down towards the end of the jump.
And she double-footed, but it wasn't important once he made the big mistake.
No, absolutely. Here's a look at this. Spins as well, going onto the forward inside spin in that back sit position. And you can see there from that shot, the synchronization all over the place.
Got it back, but took a long time really to get it back by their standards.
Yeah, not a vintage performance. But, as the evening unfolds, we'll see how costly it will eventually be for them. And you sense that tomorrow's going to be a really emotional occasion for these two. The pair skating has been such a big part of their life. And ours as well, over the years.
Yes. He proposed to her at the closing banquet of the World Championships in 2000 in Nice.
Technical score, please.
技術点 31.77
No.
Program component score.
31.77. Not what they wanted to see.
45.46
So marks overall is at 56. It's going to take them into 4th place, and I think that's about right. 57. No, into 3rd place. Above the Chinese. I think they're a little lucky with that. Perhaps a little bit of sentimental marking there, but 3rd place for the Poles. So here are the reigning world champions.
On the ice, representing China.
Both 27 years of age. Moved up the rankings consistently since they were 15th in the worlds in the year 2000. Winners in Calgary. Not the favourites though here, going into the worlds in 2007. Pang Jing and Tong Jian. Side-by-side triple toes. Good enough. Wonderful triple twist. On with the throw triple loop.
I thought for a moment there he'd almost thrown her too high.
Yeah, thrilled. And rightly so. Very polished performance. And it's the polish that I noticed really over the years. The elements have always been very good, but I've not been sure about the whole. But I was sure about the whole there. And I think that may be good enough to go above both sets of Canadians and take the lead.
Well, I think without any doubt, Simon, that was by far and away the best performance that we've seen so far in this competition. It was soft, it was very pure, and you hit the nail on the head really with the polish. A beautiful program, beautifully skated. All the elements nice and clean. I loved it.
Yes, if they're going to upset Shen-Zhao and Zhao Hongbo, that's what they've got, the other Chinese, haven't they? Really fantastic poise and polish. They're beautiful to watch, and it hasn't always been true about these two, but it was here this evening.
It certainly was. Now, just looking at the slow motion there, there's a little bit of a question mark on the rotation of her triple toe. Looks as though it could have been short. Well, it certainly was short, but how short is crucial. Remember, if it was more than a quarter of a turn short, they'll get marked down as double toes, which would be bad news for them.
Remember, it's the Canadians who lead, first and second. Marcoux, Buntin, then Dubé and Davison. The Poles in third. But surely we have new leaders here. The other Chinese in fourth place at the moment. Super slow-mo catching them out a little bit there.
That was one of the few errors in the program. Really, really difficult entry into this lift. And one of the impressive things about these two is the speed across the ice. They never let up for a moment.
The scores for Qing and Zhang.
Now then,
ファントン組の得点
best score they've got, 67. That will be way clear of the 60 which lead at the moment.
37.30
37.30, that's mighty good. Is it going to be good enough? Yes, it is. Way clear. 66.75, over 6 clear marks in front. They may well be the leaders at the end of the evening. They certainly are at the halfway stage. Pang Jing and Tong Jian. Now the couple who finished in 10th place last year
Tatiana, Volosozhar, and Stanislav.
and 5th in Europeans. Tatiana, Volosozhar, and the formidable Stanislav Morozov. The music Adagio. Looked okay, but he just couldn't get the landing, could he, Stanislav?
No, real shame. Just let the left shoulder go back too far at the beginning, and at the end it was there for all to see. Oh, that was great.
So was that. For a triple loop. Wow, that was mighty impressive, just by that one mistake from Stanislav on the triple toe. What a shame. Ukraine have got themselves a big couple of stars here in Tatiana Volosozhar and Stanislav Morozov. Love the performance.
Yeah, beautiful program. He'll be kicking himself with a mistake on the triple toe.
I'm glad he's kicking himself. I wouldn't want to kick him, would you?
Absolutely not. He is a big guy. Goodness me. But yeah, a lot to admire there. I love this couple. I just wish throughout the program there's some places there where just a little more attention to detail, particularly with Stanislav. His arm through the lift, she had a great position. They kept the speed well. He was doing good footwork, but his left arm was sort of hanging out of his sleeve. And again in the spin, if he'd just done a little more work with the arm, that's really what cuts the difference between the top couples. Just those little nuances throughout the program. But goodness me, an awful lot to admire. Watch this, the left shoulder goes back really, really early at the beginning of the jump. Now he knows he's struggling. Left arm's back straight away at the end there, and not much he could do. But this was phenomenal. Look at the elevation. Catches her perfectly there. Could have put it down a little softer.
Sometimes we say, don't know where he gets the power from, but you know where he gets the power from.
Yeah, he is immense, and there's that loop. She does well to control that. When you're getting thrown that sort of distance, that sort of height, really takes some talent to be able to maintain control. And for a big guy, he's got a good flexibility, good range of movement.
I was going to say, there's a lot of brawn about him, and some delicacy as well.
There really is. Yeah, I thought that was an excellent skate.
Yeah, very enjoyable. But he particularly not happy. Knows it could have been importantly better, and with the standard that we've seen, with the marking that we've had, it's not going to be good news for them. Galina Kukar, their trainer in Kiev.
Yeah, because in a lot of the elements they've done so well. If you take the throw, the twist, side-by-side spins, I think probably some of the best synchronization that we've seen so far.
The technical score, please.
Don't think they're going to be in the shake-up. 5th place, 57, maybe that's something they could be aiming at. Volosozhar and Morozov. It's going to be about that, I think. Yes, 57 it is. And that's going to slot 57.62. It's going to slot them into 4th place. Not too bad. Not too bad, but 9 marks shy of Pang and Tong. And he's not able to get any consolation out of that at the moment. 4th place, though, not too bad at the moment. So here are the reigning European champions from Germany. They've let themselves down in World Championships in Moscow and last year in Calgary. Looking for a lot better here. Their music Once Upon a Time in Mexico. And here are Aliona Savchenko and Robin Szolkowy. Wonderful start. Clean as a whistle. Throw triple flip. Triple toe loops. So confident. Twist. Brilliant. It was 10 years ago today that their trainer, Ingo Steuer, won the World Championships with Mandy Wurzel for Germany. Could it be a decade on that his pair can do the same thing here in Tokyo? Don't think they could have done a lot more to lay down their challenge.
No, it was good. I just felt it was a little shaky on the twist. But all in all, a good performance from these two. They skated very, very strongly indeed. Lovely start with that throw triple flip. And then, of course, a very high base value. So that will not do them any harm at all. The choreography of the program I thought was great. And they're going to benefit in the second mark. Transitions, composition, they've got good skating skills.
Really love the program. It oozed sharpness, didn't it? There's Ingo. How proud he must be. Top class. Now, how close are they going to be? Pang and Tong, the leaders. What do you think? Second place for these two?
I think they'll end up in second place, yeah. Don't think it was quite as good as the Chinese, but loved the entry into those triple toes. So difficult. Off the cantilever spread, changing edge, and here's that throw. Well, that's more of a Lutz than the other ones. But beautifully done. Really difficult entry into the lift.
Choreography, always interesting, always demanding.
Yes, it was a program you couldn't take your eyes off them, could you? And when you think that she had to change her boots a couple of weeks ago. So any of you at home skating in new boots and whinging and whining because they hurt and you can't do the things you used to do, just think how she must be feeling.
Yes, the old boots broke at just the wrong time.
The scores for Aliona, Savchenko, and Robin Szolkowy.
Savchenko, Szolkowy 組の得点。
The technical score, please.
Happy enough. Now, will they be in 30 seconds time?
37.75.
Remember the mark to go for, 66.75, and that is very good. 37.40 for technical.
29.95.ショートプログラム
And they are going to take the lead
67.65.
just in front of the Chinese. A personal best, more importantly, they're going to be leading. Watch it when they see the number one mark come up at the bottom there. 67.65. Just under a mark in front, but they are leading at the moment. So now from the USA, fourth in the World Championships last year in Calgary, their best ever performance in Worlds. And remember, they're going to throw this throw triple axel in here as one of the elements. Don't have to do that, but they feel that they need it because they want a challenge for gold. I guess they haven't said it, but I would think it could be their last World Championships. You never know these days. She's 30, he's 33. From the USA, Rena, Inoue, John, Baldwin. And their music, The Soul of Spain. So it'll be a double axel side-by-side jump to start. Right here. That's that job completed. Now, will they go for it? Will they complete it? The throw triple axel is the next element. Not quite, but they went for it big time.
They certainly did, yeah. She made the rotation, but looked to me, she got a little bit of swing from the right leg there, and the whole jump went into the circle too far.
So how will they come out of that? Obviously not that good, but the fact that they went for it, the fact the rotation was there.
They're going to get the base mark because the rotation was there, but the crucial thing is they're going to get 1 point deduction for the fall.
Rapturous applause. Of course there would be. Rena, initially from Japan, competed for Japan in Olympics in both singles and pairs before she moved to the USA. And Japan with no representative here in the pairs competition, so she's a standout for them, and she's a standout internationally. Brave to go for the triple axel, and the fact that they had the rotation, yes, there's a deduction there, but they won't be dreadfully hurt by the marking on that.
No, I think that they didn't really have an option. I think they had to go for that throw triple axel because they only had the side-by-side double axels, which obviously is a lower base mark than a side-by-side triple would be, and they only had the double twist.
Yeah. Doesn't look as if she's too happy with herself. Not bad though, 34.67 for technical. 25, so they're going to be what, 60 marks. I must say I'm quite surprised. 59.50 takes them into 4th place, above the 2 Canadians, no, above the 2nd Canadians, Dubé and Davison, so that hasn't hurt them too badly. Now we move on to the first of the 2 Russian couples in this group. Born in Aichi in Japan, so she'll get a very big reception here. Yuko Kawaguchi, and with her Alexander Smirnov, their first World Championships together. She used to compete for Japan with Alexander Markuntsov. Got as high as 13th in the World Championships back in 2002. The music Rondo Capriccioso. Perfect triple toe loops. Awkward though, as you can see, coming down on that triple twist. Nasty jar. Well done. Yuko held on to that throw triple loop, which didn't look likely.
No, she showed great awareness there. She got the free leg out a bit early, still able to hang on. This is impressive.
Really good. Thunderous applause here. 6,000 people packed in. Not a seat to be had. and they're very happy. One of their own, even though she skates for Russia, has done herself a power of good. Yuko Kawaguchi together with Alexander Smirnov. They're not going to threaten the lead, but they've done no harm at all to their services.
Well, I absolutely loved that performance, and Tamara Moscovina is back with a vengeance, isn't she?
Yes. There she is.
I think she's happy.
Diminutive lady, but she's packed with force and brilliance in training. Multi-Olympic and a world champion with the couples that she's trained.
Just wonderful attention to detail throughout the program. Look at that triple twist. Now, she landed virtually on his shoulder, but they did well to fight their way through that. He's the back outside edge on that loop. Stops it nice and early, good elevation. You can see she got the left leg out ever so early. Makes it really, really difficult to maintain control on that back outside edge, but did it well.
The main Russian hopes coming in the final group. They'll be the final skaters to go. Maria Petrova and Alexei Tikhonov, world champions 6 years ago. But these Russians will be, I wouldn't think out of contention for a medal. If you think that Rena, Inoue and Jordan Baldwin are in fourth place, I preferred this program more than that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, scarcely credible, is it, to think that these two teamed up spring of 2006. So
yes.
It's no time together.
And she broke her ankle in a fall in practice in December. Just amazing. The lack of on-ice training they've been able to have. 35.02, yeah. This is going to be good. 62. Wow, it's third place, above the Canadians, behind the Germans and the Chinese. Great stuff. Isn't that exciting? New stars, not seen them before, and probably you not either at home. And look at that smile. Yuko Kawaguchi, Alexander Smirnov. Now, last couple to go in this group, Maria Mokotova and Maxim Trankov, 12th in the World Championships last year in Moscow. Split in the couple, this couple split in the summer and then decided to get back together again. Give each other one more try. Let's see if it's worked out. Music entitled Music for Seminar by Alfred Schnittke. Mokotova and Trankov. Good start. Triple toe loop. Double twist, a slightly awkward landing. But a very good throw triple loop.
Yeah, she's a little ungainly in the air, but makes it work.
great synchronization. Well, whatever their problems in the past, they certainly put them behind them this evening. 31.69, not bad. So a score of 56, something like that, will put them into, well, that's probably around 9th place, I would imagine. It's very competitive around there. Maybe a little unlucky if they are 9th, but there's so many just above them that it doesn't really matter. 10th place, but the marking's not bad. They've got a good chance to improve. So here are the favourites, the world champions in 2002, 2003. And then, of course, we had that terrible injury that Hongbo had with his Achilles tendon ruptured. Everyone thought that would be the end of their careers, but no, they've come back, 3rd in the Olympics last year, and now they go into these World Championships as the favourites. Zheng and Zhao Hongbo for China. Perfect, triple toe loop. Oh, extraordinary. Triple loop. Immense height and depth. We've had a wonderful night here in the Capital Gymnasium in Tokyo, but that puts everything we've seen so far into the shade. Incredible performance. No wonder they're standing right the way around the rink. Sheer class. 3 minutes of such joy.
Yeah, there was nothing to touch it, not remotely close, that we've seen so far. That was just spellbinding. Loved the little touches at the beginning of the program. You felt, didn't you, right from the off we were in for a real treat here, and they didn't let us down. 2 minutes and 50 seconds of absolute class. Brilliant.
And so mentally strong. Hongbo, remember, came back last year. He wasn't fully fit. He hadn't recovered really from the Achilles operation fully. The jumps were iffy. He still got the bronze medal. This year, he seems even stronger. Stronger than before the operation. And the Achilles, when that goes, I can speak from personal experience, I mean, to do this kind of stuff, it's just incredible.
Well, that was how he did it, wasn't it, on the triple toe? But even on the slow motion, the synchronization was incredible. And look at that triple loop, beautiful artistry as well. And this going into the back outside death spiral. All these moves make everything they're doing so much more difficult. Fantastic in the twist, 3 turns, no problem at all. And again, through the legs before the Group 4 lift. Wonderful footwork through this. Look at the speed that he generates. Great rotation, difficult dismount. And one of the highlights for me was right at the end of the program, going into the combination spin. They went in backwards, which is just so difficult to get the momentum. And they made it look a breeze.
Yes, you never saw the difficulty there at all, did you?
It was an incredibly difficult program.
One of the best short programs we've ever seen. Thank you. And I'm sure the judges will be racing them into first place. Remember, 67 is the leading score at the moment from the Germans, Savchenko and Szolkowy. The crowd don't want to wait. There's no doubt they're going to be in the lead, but by how much?
The technical score, please.
Physically so fit as well, look, not out of breath. Great marks.
Great marks. Yeah, the judges have done them justice. 39.50 or 31 for the component marks. So we're over 70. '71. That's it. 3.5 points in front. They won't be caught in the short program, and probably not tomorrow night either. Shen-Zhao and Hongbo, the leaders after the short.
And they currently rank first.
Thank you. Okay.
But we do have one more couple to go, and they have been world champions in the past. I don't think they're capable of matching. Well, I'm sure they're not capable of matching what we've seen. But the important thing for them is to do as well as they can, and who knows tomorrow night. Sound all the time in everything they do. Here they go then, Maria Petrova and Alexei Tikhonov. Taking their time. Their last World Championships here in Tokyo. Triple twist to start. Triple toe loop. Impressive beginning from the Russians. Oh, having to step out of that throw. Triple loop. Well, in football parlance, that was a game of two halves, really. Started very well, and then it all seemed to subside after the miss on the throw triple loop. And I can't understand what was going on with the music later on. Very strange, and they skated right through it.
Yeah, I'm completely with you, Simon. I mean, the edit and the music was right in the middle of a lift as well, so just very strange, strangely put together program. Seemed to me as well, again, he ran out of steam towards the end, and if that's the situation in the short, they're going to really struggle in the long.
Yes, at 35 he's the oldest man in the competition. Oh, it's not good. 27.94.
Program components for.
I have to say, was better for the components. The component score will help them, but is not at all good. This is bad news, I'm afraid, for Maria and for Alexei, but you heard from what Chris and I said that it doesn't give us any pleasure to say it, but that was by far from doing them justice. And they're down in 11th place. And no wonder there's a lot of muttering going on. That is not where you expect to see them. Remember, they've not been outside the top 4 since they won the World Championships in 2000. And here they are, 11th.
They need a miracle to get in the top 4 now.
Yes. So, judging pretty good, nearly as good as the skating. Skating fantastic, particularly from Zhang and Zhao Hongbo, who lead at the moment by, 3.5 marks from the Germans, Savchenko and Szolkowy, Pang and Tong in 3rd place, and then Kawaguchi and Smirnov. They're the revelation, really. First World Championships in 4th place, and then Marcoux and Buntin from Canada. And Stacey Kemp and David Qing are going to finish in 19th place out of 22. Not too bad. Hoping for better things tomorrow in the free. As we go down 11th place, that is difficult to comprehend. Petrova and Tikhonov in 11th, but or the two Zhangs in 10th place, but think the judging's been pretty good here. We have to give it credit. Often we're on their backs, but not here tonight. It's been very, very good. Consistent right the way through. And I don't think we've got too many complaints. Perhaps Inoue and Baldwin were given a bit of a leg up. 6th place perhaps a little lucky for them, but the rest of it not bad at all. And some wonderful leaders in Shen and Zhao for China. China, Germany, China, the top 3 places.